When I first met Elena, it was like stumbling into sunlight after a long, gray winter. She was vibrant, always in motion, with a confidence that seemed to bend the world to her will. Her voice had this magnetic pull, like she knew exactly where she was headed and could convince you to follow. Her social media was a gallery of sharp outfits and captions about chasing dreams and demanding respect. Even on casual days, she looked ready to close a deal, her heels clicking with purpose as we met for coffee. She worked in PR for a high-profile agency, juggling endless campaigns and late-night emails. I admired her hustle. As a web developer, I knew what it was like to be consumed by work, and I respected her fire. It felt like we were building something together, two people with big plans. At first, everything clicked. I carved out time for her, and she found just enough space for me in her packed schedule. We'd hit the city on Friday nights, crash late on Saturdays, and spend Sundays lost in TV marathons. Her morning texts, laced with that warm, throaty laugh, became my daily spark. I was all in, head over heels, faster than I'd ever fallen. But then, like a slow leak you don't notice until the tire's flat, things shifted. It started with small things, canceled dinners with a quick, "Work's insane, can we do this later?" Then it stretched into "I'm wiped, let's try next week." Eventually it was, "I can't deal with this right now, can we talk tomorrow?" Tomorrow never showed up. I'd stay up late, hoping for a moment together, but she'd drag in after midnight, pick at her food, scroll her phone and pass out on the couch. I told myself it was temporary, that she was under pressure, that I shouldn't make it about me. But as her time vanished, my bank account started opening up. It was subtle at first, covering takeout because she was too drained to cook. Then she mentioned her rent was spiking, and she was scrambling. I offered to chip in, and she accepted without a pause. For her birthday, I splurged on a weekend at a lake house, handling every detail, groceries, gas, the whole thing. She spent most of it glued to her tablet, firing off emails while I brewed coffee and watched the water alone. Back home, she gave me a quick hug, thanked me, and rushed off to a client mixer. I wanted to believe it was just a phase, that she was stretched thin, but something gnawed at me. Her words, "I miss you. You mean so much," felt hollow next to her absence. The breaking point hit one Tuesday night. I'd been begging for a quiet dinner for weeks, just one evening without her phone buzzing. She finally agreed, told me to come by at 6:30. I showed up with her favorite dessert, feeling lighter than I had in months. She answered the door in sweats, earbuds in, her laptop glowing on the coffee table. "Hey, sorry," she said, barely glancing up. "Last-minute client call at 8 o'clock. We'll have to keep it short." That was the moment it cracked open. Not the ruined plans, not the half-hearted greeting, but the realization that I'd become invisible. I was just there, a prop in her life, always waiting, always giving. That night, after she dozed off mid-meeting, I stepped onto her patio and made a choice. I was done being the only one trying. The next time she asked me to cover her new couch delivery, I said, "I'm actually strapped for cash right now, I'll let you know." She paused, blinked. "Oh cool, that's fine." But I caught it, that tiny jolt, like she'd pressed a button and it didn't light up. She started noticing the shift. I stopped planning dates, stopped grabbing her overpriced lattes. When she hinted at needing an upgrade, her phone died and I just shrugged and asked about her day. I nodded and changed the topic. When she floated the idea of a wellness retreat, "It'd be fun if you're free," I said, "I'm tightening my budget, not really doable." She laughed, but it faded fast. Silence. That's when she started to fray. Then suddenly, she was texting, more texting, asking what I was up to, who I was seeing. She wanted to catch up, to make time. I wasn't cruel, just steady. I told her I'd been rethinking things, that I didn't want to feel like an afterthought, so I wasn't enough when I was pouring everything in, that if I shouldn't be now, that I'd pulled back. She asked me to come over a week later. She invited me to come by, saying she missed us. I went. We sat at one table, her kitchen counter softer, less guarded. She admitted she'd let me slip, that she didn't mean it. She said it. "I didn't see how much you were carrying until you put it down." That cut deeper than I'd braced for, because it was raw, unfiltered truth. I told myself I still cared, but I couldn't love her anymore. I cared, but I couldn't trust her. I'd be a bruise. I was just enough. I didn't love without trust. We ended it that night, no yelling, no tears, just a quiet wait. Now months later, I'm in a better place. I'm with someone who doesn't just ask, someone who listens, who values my presence, who knows money isn't a hustle. It's the whole damn point. Elena's out there, still posting about her hustle, her vision, her empire. I hope she finds it what she's chasing. But I learned something. When someone says, they're saying, I'm not. And when you start giving, they give you energy, you see how fast it fades, just like theirs. My schedule's full. People who not what for me,